And the next fight we got JSP Jonathan Pearce taking on Pat Sabatini. Very interesting matchup. I feel like a few years ago I would have definitely pretty heavily favored Sabatini in this fight. I think you look at it from a skills perspective and a matchup perspective, Sabatini should win. Jonathan Pearce has been submitted multiple times. He's had issues with guys that have really good top games and good grappling. Most of the time when he loses, he's getting out grappled, or fighting someone that can defend his wrestling and out wrestle him or just keep it standing. He hasn't done bad against pure wrestlers, but fighters that actually have that grappling element, he hasn't been able to beat them quite as often. And you see JSP get dominated on the ground on multiple occasions. I do feel like if Sabatini can take him down, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage with the elbows. I think he's going to be able to potentially submit Jonathan Pearce. So I believe that Sabatini has the better grappling, especially from the top position. And I also believe that on the feet, it is competitive because I think Sabatini moves well, throws big punches, and he's kind of awkward with the striking. He doesn't have knockout power, but his striking is serviceable. It's just at this point, his chin is very questionable. You've seen him in the UFC when he fought Jamal Emmers. He got dropped super quick, probably less than a minute, ended up coming back in the heel hook in that one, but then Damon Jackson dropped him, knocked him out in a minute and 9 seconds. Diego Lopez in his most recent fight knocked out Sabatini in a minute and 30 seconds. So Sabatini's just been getting clipped early and taken out. So it makes you very nervous about his chin, how he's doing going forward in his career, how he's going to do. He hasn't fought in a year. So coming off of a layoff, which is probably smart, he has stayed active with some grappling matches. But, I don't know. I feel like Sabatini may be towards the end of his career. He's 33 years old, almost 34, taking these knockout losses in 2 of his last 3 fights. So unless he bounces back here with a really good performance, it could be the end of the line for Pat Sabatini. And he's taking on a hungry guy in JSP who had that long winning streak where he won 5 in a row, had beaten guys like Christian Rodriguez, Darren Elkins, Kai Kamaka, some good wins in there, but got ninja choked against Joe Anderson Burrito in a fight he was pretty much dominating, and then took the loss to David Onama the last time that he went out there. So he has 2 losses in a row, and JSP needs this win. I think that he's going to be looking to have the same game plan he did against Elkins, using the jab, using those front kicks up the middle, trying to throw straight shots, and find that chin of Sabatini, sit him down, and take him out. And I do kind of like the fight doesn't go to decision in this fight more than I like a side, because I think that JSP probably has slightly better stand-up and could find the knockout. I think he's the bigger guy and the better wrestler. But Sabatini, if he can get on top, is going to be very dominant. He has serviceable wrestling himself, and his striking and movement is probably a little better than JSP's. So, honestly, if Sabatini wasn't coming off these knockout losses and the layoff wasn't a little older, I would rock with Sabatini, but I'm going to go with JSP via first or second round knockout. I just don't trust Sabatini's durability. I think JSP might land a front kick to the face or a big punch and get Sabatini out of there. So I'm going with JSP in this fight.